Welcome to Mr. Giant Reacts and Ting and Ting and Ting. I'm Mr. Giant, and today we're going to be asking a question here, or why Americans are so more fat than the Portuguese. And that's the big question here that's going on. And that's something that people talk about all the time, you know what I mean? Obesity in this country and people not watching their diets and all of that. So let's go ahead and YouTube and simmer and see, what the comparisons in culture is that may have created Americans being fatter than Portuguese. Let's YouTube and simmer.
If you've ever been to Europe, you probably noticed that obesity isn't a problem like it is in the United States. Then how did I get so fat when I moved to Europe?
Question of the day.
So, while I was on my run, I was thinking about a couple things. Why are people in Europe so much more skinny on average than people in the United States, and why is obesity such a problem? Well, I have a couple theories for that of what contribute to this. Number one is I think that people in Europe walk and move a lot more than people in the United States. I would say on average here, when I am in any European city, I probably walk anywhere from 5 to 7 miles a day. And I think that in the United States, I spend most of my time driving. Obviously, this depends on what kind of city you're in and what you like to do, like hiking for fun. But I think overall, as a culture, Europeans walk and move a lot more than people from the United States.
And I could attest to that because, I live like 13 blocks from where I work. And sometimes I was like, I'll walk to work today. And when I get there, people are like, you walk all that way? Man, you're crazy, man. I couldn't walk all that way. Or sometimes after a long day of working, just to get my mind, at ease and stuff, I just walk home the 12 blocks, you know what I mean? And people would be like, man, I can't believe you're walking all that way. I think here people walk only if it's absolutely necessary to walk. And if you don't have a transportation, to walk, you're forced to walk. Like, for instance, on a Sunday, there's no transit authority in this little town where I live. Don't see nobody really who doing no walking. They just home chilling, watching TV, you know what I mean, playing video games and stuff like that. But I like walking. So, it doesn't bother me to like walk to work. But people will be like, no, I can't do that. No, there's no way I could do that.
Number two is I think the quality of food is a big factor. Now, in my last visit to the United States for the holidays, when I visited a grocery store, I noticed that the fruits and vegetables were big and they looked perfect, almost like they were completely fake. The apples looked waxed, the celery looked big and bulky, but when you went to taste the food, I noticed that it definitely did not taste as good as the food here in Europe.
No.
Especially here in Portugal, the fruits and vegetables that you buy at the market may not be as beautiful as the fruits and vegetables in the United States, but the flavor is so much better, in my opinion.
I think here it's more of a sight unseen thing, they make it look good so that people could buy it. It's capitalism, on steroids is what I would say. They make it look good so that people buy it. And I've talked about this in other videos. This perfect example is salmon. You have farm raised salmon and you have wild salmon. The farm raised salmon would be gray, and the wild one would be pink. Well, they realized that the gray ones is not that of an appetizing color to people. So then they start putting dyes into the farm raised salmon so it would look good so people would eat it. So it's all sight unseen, you know what I mean? You see all the pretty packages and stuff and all of that. And a little segue from it, they even do that with pet food. Like you go down the pet aisle and you would swear they're trying to feed human beings. They're not trying to feed human beings, but they're trying to catch the eye of the human beings to buy the product to feed the animals, which is a perfect example of sight unseen is what drives what people eat in this culture. Let's keep going.
Number three, I think, is the portion size. I've noticed in Portugal, on average, the dishes have a smaller portion than they do in the mainstream chains of the United States. And I think that those portion sizes play a big role
Massive
in
role.
what makes Americans so much more obese than Europeans. But
I mean, I say this several times in other videos. I don't eat out at all because I could like control my portion size. See, you go to a restaurant and the portions are huge, and I'm sitting there and I'm full just looking at the at the portion size. It's like really, really huge. You sitting down and you're eating like on average 2 meals or 2 meals and a half in one sitting. It's just food after food after food. And I remember one time a friend of mine was telling me that he had people come over from the Dominican Republic, and they were so amazed at how much food was on the table. And I tried to explain to him that in those cultures, the portion sizes are smaller. You're thinking that they are starving there, which is what most people think around here, especially people are starving over there, they have nothing. So when they see all this food, they're amazed by it. When in actuality, what we are amazed by is the portion size, not the fact that we don't have enough.
But this was not the case for me. I'm not proud to show this photo, but I had gained almost 20 pounds in the first 2 months of living in Europe. How did this even happen? I was walking so much and eating all of that great European food. Maybe I was stuffing my face too much with pastel de nata. Was it all of the Sagres and Superbach beer that was so affordable and delicious? Was it the bottles of wine that I were consuming in one sitting?
Portion size hit him over there too. You know what I mean? It's a habit. So he's probably eating the same portion size and drinking the same portion of beer and stuff, especially since it's cheaper. So in essence, he's used to the large portion size, so he's consuming large portions, which would cause weight gain. Struggling to talk all year. Let's get back to the video.
So instead of sitting around and complaining about it, I am going to put effort into motion. I'm going to be doing all of the outdoor activities I possibly can, like riding my bike. I'm going to be surfing waves I got no business surfing. I'm going to be eating vegan. Look at those avocados, man. Look at them. I'm going to be doing yoga. I'm just a little downward doggy. I'm gonna be hiking on the top of cliffs with views of the beautiful ocean and the Algarve on islands and shit. So join me, Dave in Portugal. You guys will be keeping me accountable. I'll be posting videos every 2 weeks to track my progress for the next 6 months. Let's go. Sorry, that was totally ridiculous, but I've always wanted to do some epic, like, inspirational, I'm gonna get, fit 6 months thing. But I am actually going to do a 6-month challenge where I'm going to be vegan. I'm gonna do as much activity as I can outside and hopefully transition myself while living here in Portugal. I'll be tracking the food that I'm eating, the exercises that I'm doing, and showing if I can get fit while living here in Portugal. It's going to be a lot of fun, and I'm going to be trying a lot of new activities and saying yes to many healthy things that I have neglected in the past couple years after and during the pandemic. So If you want to see that and you want to see my progress, make sure to hit that like and subscribe button. This is Dave in Portugal, and we will see you soon.
Yep, I'll leave a link in the description to this video. Go check him out. I'm gonna go see what his progress is. Now, exercise and stuff is important, and I've gained some weight, mainly down here, but I know why. I have this affinity to sweet that I gorge myself in it, which is totally unhealthy. Other than that, I eat mainly vegetables and stuff like that, you know. I think it's just a conscious effort to eat proper and proper portions would go a long way to combat obesity. Now, so a lot of the times people say, oh, it's genetic and all of that stuff, you know what I mean? And that may be so. But I don't think the vast population who have that issue is a genetic thing. I work at a grocery store. I see what people buy. I mean, some people come up there and half their baskets are sweets. Some people come up there, quarter their baskets are like pop and soda and soft drinks and sweet drinks. I don't drink that much pop. I don't eat that much junk food. I don't eat junk food at all. I don't go to restaurants. I don't go to McDonald's. I don't go to none of that stuff. My problem is cake and sweets and stuff like that. I have to cut that out. I've actually done really well the last few days and not eating a whole lot of sweets. I'm back to drinking my smoothies, you know, my fruit smoothies instead of drinking a Kool-Aid or drinking. Well, I never really drank pop that much, but Kool-Aid wasn't sweetening it too sweet too. You know what I mean? I'm back to using honey. I started to use sugar because honey is expensive here. But you know, I'm using less of that now, and you know, so you know, it's a matter of paying attention to your portion sizes and stuff like that, which I did. Of course, too, being more active. I spend a lot of time in this chair here, so you know what I mean. I'm gonna go on a quest to my brother. You don't let me do that. You don't got me thinking about that, you know. And it's not so much to lose weight, to look better. It's just to be healthy. That's the main thing. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, man, thank you all for watching this with me. If you all like this video, please drop a like on the video for me and and I'll leave links in the description of other videos of similar content so that you could go in and watch it. You know what I mean? So you all take care of each other. Take care of yourself. Cool runnings.